installing Amazon Coretto today using the JDK 11, which is an open source version that Amazon provides. So if you go to the link that we sent you, you can scroll down and here you'll have all our installs. So we can go to the Windows 64-bit version, and I'm going to install the MSI installer, and we're going to let that download. Now after the file has been downloaded, you can go ahead and double click on it to open it up, and it will say preparing to install. So it says welcome to the Amazon Coretto 64-bit setup wizard. We can just click next here, and it's going to set it up. You can see here it's going to set up our environment, and we can also set up our environment variables and register keys, which is nice of it. And then we can click on next and install, which will run the installer. And you can click on yes when it asks you. And that's it. You finished installing Amazon Coretto. Alright, so now we're going to we're going to install IntelliJ IDEA, which is going to be our IDE to create our Java programs. So you can go to the website that we sent you and click on download over here. It'll take you to the download page. So there's the ultimate and the community. So the community is free, and that's what we're going to use. And the ultimate is for like more advanced programming, and like more like companies and enterprises will use that. So we're just going to download the community edition here. And the download should start right here. Alright, so after you download it, you can go and double click on the file, and it's gonna load it up, the setup installer. We can click on yes when it asks us to. And you can click on next where it says welcome to the setup. Install location, we can keep it as what it already has. Installation options. Most computers nowadays are 64-bit, so we're going to click that. If you know that your computer is a 32-bit, you can go ahead and click that. Now, I don't use this function, so I'm going to keep that unchecked. And we want to create these associations, .java, .groovy, and .kt, which is for Kotlin. And now we can click on next. Install, we can allow it to install in this JetBrains folder that it's going to create. And you're going to let it install. And now after we're done installing, we can click on run so that it's going to run it after we finish, and press finish. Now after this, if you've already downloaded IntelliJ before, you might have a configure installation folder. Now this is a fresh install, so we don't have that, so we're going to click on do not import settings and click OK. And here we can choose between a dark theme or a light theme. So I prefer the dark theme because it's easier on your eyes and it's better for me, but if you want light, you can use that too. Next, we can just click, these are all the plugins that it has, so we can just click on next. And we don't need to change anything here also, so we can click on start using IntelliJ IDEA. And that's it, you've installed IntelliJ. After you installed it, we have to do some minor settings so we can configure IntelliJ. So we're going to click on configure, and then we're going to go to structure for new projects. And now you go to the project tab, and as you can see for me, it says no SDK. And yeah, if it says here, you can click on 11 Java version. If it doesn't show up, then you can click here and then click on add SDK, JDK, and you can go. So we installed ours in our program files, so you have to remember where you installed it, and ours was installed in our folder called program files. It's called Amazon Coretto. Here we have JDK 11.07.10. So I'm going to click on that, and we can click on OK. And now that's done, we can go to edit. And right now it's just 11.2. So instead we can change that to Coretto-11 so we actually know what it is. And we can click on OK. Now after that, we're going to click on configure. You can go on settings, or on Mac this will probably be preferences. Then you're going to go to editor, and then under general we're going to go to auto import, and we want to select add unambiguous imports on the fly and optimize imports on the fly. Now after you do that, you're going to go to appearance, and here you want to make sure that show line numbers is checked. Now you can go into code folding, and we're gonna uncheck a couple of things. So we're gonna uncheck imports. We're also gonna uncheck one-line methods over here, and we're also gonna uncheck closures such as anonymous classes implementing one method before Java 8, which we don't need. And we're also gonna uncheck generic constructor and method parameters. So right here. And that's it. So we can click on OK. And that's it. You've now set up IntelliJ so you can start programming in Java.